Welcome to Clarify Your Day. Now, today is most exciting. First of all, friend of the pod, Charlie the cat, has been already warming up his vocal cords. So, TBD if he shall join us. Today, I'm most excited to be joined by writer extraordinaire, brilliant comedian, fantastic director. Let's also add that in. That's a personal ad. Jersey's own, Nikki Palumbo.
Wow. Jersey's own. They do
I had to
own
say
me.
that. I really did.
I did mention that I'm wearing, I have to like rep it.
Well,
Jersey.
you've got Jersey. I've got New York shirt on.
Okay, is that a pigeon?
Yes, it is.
Classically, the mascot of New York City.
The mascot.
Can I just say, I think this is why I had to live in New York for so long.
Yeah.
Palumbo, in a very bastardized translation, does mean peace pigeon, which is, here's what I'll say.
Didn't I know this?
And this is the writer in me. I'm like, that's a dove. Why can't it just be dove?
Wow.
Just call us,
Listen,
just translate to dove.
Just translate to dove.
I'm like, oh, so peaceful in the same way, but like absolute riffraff of a pigeon.
No, but I feel like there's a category that deserves its own like peaceful pigeon, you know, like a pigeon can have so many like complex emotions. Great. And being peaceful is really, you know.
Yeah. Pigeon's known for like communication. And, really just kind of like bridging the gap between.
Yeah.
So
community.
That's my role. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sharing information, a gossip.
Just peaceful on the sidewalk.
Peaceful. Yeah. Peaceful on the sidewalk. I do like that. Something that I recently remembered. Now I'm having a flash. Were we talking about this?
I actually hope so.
I hope so. I really do. I have had the pleasure of having birds outside of my apartment that have laid a couple eggs.
What?
Don't worry about it. Right now they're not there. Well, here's the thing. They're mourning doves.
Oh.
But something I think I knew this, but it was in the back of my brain. Mm-hmm. Someone recently reminded me it's morning with a U.
Yeah.
It's not tip top chip of the morning to you.
Right.
It is we are sad and we're depressed.
And they start their day with grief because that's when I hear them is in the morning.
That's when we hear them. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Well, I recently, so I'll just give you a quick update on those because they're currently not there.
Okay.
I am partially to blame because of that. And my neighbors are upset with me. So I feel like I need to air.
Okay.
Clear the air is what that is.
Yeah. Gotta air the clear.
Air the clear. Thank you.
That's a tagline for Clear at the airport.
Honestly, write it down right now. We're going to sell it. So my neighbor has been here for 9 years.
Okay.
And every May-ish, there has been this birth and this delight. She has witnessed a number of times a raven coming and eating an egg. And last year, I got very scared and very upset by this whole prospect. But last year, the birds hatched. They flew off. It was a beautiful thing. Okay. Then we got them early this year. And then right after that, we decided there's a polycule. Because there was like truly a dude pigeon. Like, no, that was there like for a minute, kind of like protecting. So much so that my friend, my neighbor, Caitlin, like she had to duck and run past this nest because he was like legit going to attack. So then his other baby mama came in, had a couple eggs. Third one came, then the ravens caught on.
Whoa.
Now you're wondering, where am I in this story?
What an ecosystem.
I know, it's really quite fascinating.
Okay. Yeah. And then what role
and then what did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do?
I feel like that would be my podcast. And then what did I do?
What did I do? So many.
Everybody seems mad. What did I do?
What did I do? Or like something happened. Did I react okay?
Yeah.
And I didn't. The answer is I did not react okay in this situation because one day I came out. I noticed clearly there had been a kerfuffle because it's in an old hanging plant.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there had been a kerfuffle. There was soil on the ground and no eggs. And there had been 2 eggs the day prior. And so I immediately texted my friend. I said, oh my God, what happened? And she said, I think the raven got to them. And I said, oh my gosh, I don't know. They can't have this trauma of a home. So I said, why
very
don't I
trauma informed of you
isn't it? Bird. I wanted to help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, many people say, don't help a bird.
And who is saying that? Because
not nice people.
I love a bird.
I do too.
Again, I think it's like the namesake of it all, but I do love a bird. Like, respectfully, never want them in my house. They don't belong there.
Sure. I don't think that they need to be inside my home. Great. Ever.
Okay.
Ever. Listen, on the stairwell outside of my home, absolutely.
Sure.
Outside. It's outside. We're LA. Hello.
Where ravens can attack.
Where fucking ravens can attack. So, all this to say, I did try to, with gloves, clean it up. Mm-hmm. And my friend said, what the fuck have you done? And they haven't come back. Although I will say the other day I did walk up the stairs and the dude was there, I think scoping. Okay. But we made eye contact and then he flew away and then legit did a lean to look if I was still there. Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I think I've ruined their home.
Oh no.
Well, I know. That was a long story. I'm so sorry, but I've been invested.
I think they're resilient and they'll figure it out. They just might not be your neighbors anymore. And I'm sorry.
It's really, when you tell me the truth like that, Nikki, it's really hard. It's really
okay.
hard.
And here's what I'll say. I've gotten that feedback before.
What did Nikki say?
And here's what I'll say. Nobody likes it when I'm the voice of reason.
Just voice of reason in general is not fun sometimes.
Yeah, I've been told.
Yes.
My parents used to call me the fun sucker. Which I just don't think you're supposed to hear when you're like 12.
I'm going to say you shouldn't.
And it's largely because I would say something very logical and correct. Right. But they're fun. So they didn't like that.
They didn't like that. Do you recall a specific instance when that occurred?
Oh, I mean, it's just happened so many times. Like anytime I suggested we should leave the house in order to get someplace on time.
Oh, that makes sense.
That made me the monster. I'm like, isn't it crazy that wanting to be punctual makes me the black sheep in my family?
I get that.
So, gay, I get that. Fine. On
that's
time,
fine. Being gay
disgusting.
Totally
absolutely a lifestyle choice that you didn't have to make.
Despicable conservative.
We didn't raise you like this. What are you trying to get places on time for?
No, I can't believe it. So. My dad is obsessed with being on time, but never is because of his family. Pointing to myself.
Got it.
Does that bother you when people are late?
No.
Okay. Well, then that's nice.
I think I've been very calloused to it. It used to make me anxious, and now I'm whatever. I've also recently learned I have a bad relationship with time. So I think because theirs was worse, I was like, well, at least I can try to help you. Right. Recently diagnosed ADHD. Can you believe? Only took almost 40 years.
Wow. Did you do a whole packet? Did you?
I did a whole assessment.
Okay.
It took me weeks to make the second appointment, and I was like, this should be part of the assessment.
That honestly, I think it has to be. It's a silent part.
And I asked. I was like, do I get extra points for how fucking long it took me to make another appointment? Because I just truly forgot. And she was like, should be.
Wait, okay. How does it feel to be diagnosed with this?
Nothing has changed since the day before, but I'm grateful for my growth and ability to just acknowledge that I've been struggling this whole time.
Yes.
And I can't believe people can make themselves do things without gun to head deadline in 12 minutes.
Okay, you say this.
Yeah.
But one of the last times we hung out, you were explaining to me how much you have written or writing or doing every day.
And yet all of those are to deadline. None of those are self-motivated, is what I will disclose. I'm not just like sitting down every day and I'm like, what shall I dream up today? I'm like, well, according to my calendar, something's due in 36 hours. Fuck.
Okay. Yeah. That makes me feel better, because I do feel like when we talked about it before, I felt like you were extremely disciplined with your writing.
No.
Okay.
I'm extremely disciplined in knowing what my coping mechanisms are, which is get it on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put a deadline on a calendar, and I will often lie to myself about what the deadline is. And then I truly just don't have the brain power to remember what the real one is.
Okay, that's good.
So often I've given myself a week of buffer, but like at that point, it's none of my business.
Now, do you have self-imposed deadlines?
Almost never.
Almost never. Okay, good. Because I don't do that.
I'm hoping that, they're going to put me on a little bit of medication, and we're just going to see how that works.
Yes.
I'm hoping that I find just enough dopamine in my body to give myself my own deadlines.
I love that. Yeah. I would love to adhere to my own deadlines. I don't give them to myself anymore because I know I'm not going to pay attention.
But it sounds utopian.
Doesn't it?
Like, I talk to other people and I'm like, but what makes you do it? And they're like, well, I want to. And I was like,
no, that's not enough.
That's literally never worked for me. I want so many things, Claire.
So many things.
I'm full of wants.
Yes.
But I'm not full of any of whatever makes a want happen.
It's shocking to me. I feel like I've gotten so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe age, maybe moving, maybe pandemic. I don't know. A little bit of all.
Yeah. That sounds like the right recipe for...
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and menopause.
Oh,
add that in there. Listen, stir it up, and you got no one doing anything. Okay.
Well, I will caveat the other reason I pursued a diagnosis. I was going to doctors and I was like, hey, so I think I'm experiencing some perimenopause. And kind of point blank, I kept getting told, no, you're too young. I was like, here's what I'll say. Things are feeling different in my body. Yeah. I'm on Google a lot. I'm kind of like a reformed hypochondriac, so I really know my way around it.
Yeah. WebMD. You know what you're looking for.
And I promise I'm not doing a health anxiety thing. I just really think this is perimenopause. Here's the proof. And I kept getting told I was too young. And so research is coming out that if you have ADHD, you're likely to experience the start of perimenopause up to 10 years earlier, around 35. And I was like, and wouldn't you know it, that's about when the symptoms started.
You stop right now.
So I was like, this is all kind of checking out. And so now I'm hoping to take my little piece of paper with my little diagnosis and I'm like, well, and print out MapQuest style.
Yes, of course.
A research
about
the comorbidity and just please help. Please help. Do anything.
It's such a problem because it's also even if you are in perimenopause, they're not going to do much.
Right. Which also feels crazy to be like, why is this just a ride you have to be on for 10 years without any guardrails or seatbelt?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So.
But the good thing is that we're finally studying the women's body and menopause.
And not a minute too soon.
Not a minute too soon. But then on the counter of that, I do feel like there's so many people that are like, oh, this is a hot topic. Let's capitalize on this. And, and so it's like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, no, it's because I had to beg to get my hormones checked when I was fully perimenopause, on the cliff of menopause.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you've got you're low. And I'm like, okay, is that it? Is that? And she's like, well, until you
saying,
right? She was like, well, until you're 12 months without. And I'm like, so you can't do anything prior to being in it's just so confusing. It's so confusing.
That's crazy.
It's fun. There was a movie or a documentary, I should say, last year, 2 years ago. It was the M Effect or something.
Okay. I don't know.
and I was so gung-ho. I was like, I'm going to get people together and we're going to watch this, because it was like they're now essentially, there's so much research, there's so many accolades for this documentary that like medical schools are watching it. But but we laymen's can understand it.
Great.
You know, like it's interesting on its own. And I was like, I'm gonna rent a theater and get all of, like, I was so gung-ho. This is before I went on my hormones. And then I dropped it. So there we go. There we go. Incredible. I think it was like PBS aired it or
that
something.
Sounds like something they would do.
Right?
I feel like PBS is like really good at, this is probably actually just their mission statement. It's like they find like the lanes that people aren't occupying. Like what are they're like, what's not out there? We want to do that.
We want to do that.
Yeah. And thank God for PBS.
For them. Good for them.
They really know how to hold on. And I think
it's so fun.
They're thriving again. I don't know. You know,
it's hard to really keep up with.
Yeah, and I really try not to.
Struggling. It's really, what is your relationship with keeping informed?
Oh boy. My relationship has been bad in the sense that, all right, so I have a journalism degree.
Wait, if I knew that, I forgot. So,
and here's what I'll say. I think I only bring it up like once a year. Okay. Mostly to remind myself I went to school for something I do think is very valuable. I've just never practiced it.
Yes. Well, but those skills, the writing, yes,
100%,
critical thinking, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredibly useful, especially, I'm going to take a tiny detour. Incredibly useful then when I'm talking to my parents who are very conservative and love to watch their Fox News.
Sure.
And I'm like, hey, so I just like don't know how many times I have to say it, but my sophomore year of college, it's kind of like the whole curriculum about how you shouldn't be watching your news. That's a TV show. There's like no place for you to engage critical thinking. Like you have to read your news. Like,
wow, that's so interesting.
So, and I don't know how many times I've like brought it up. But my parents are like, yeah. We know it's just a show. I'm like, oh, but you are what you eat.
Exactly.
You're consuming garbage. This is a TV show.
And if you're taking it in all the time.
Yeah. I mean, they say the same thing. Not me roasting my parents. I do it in my free time. Yes, I do it when I'm talking to them. I'm just
of course.
Get it together. This is what you got, what you paid for. You sent me to pretty good schools.
Right.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Yeah. They love to read like the New York Post, you know, that bastion of journalism and integrity.
Well, at least they have Page 6, and that's
really fair. Important. And what would I do without?
Thank you. I've got to know my news with the gossip columns.
That's really kind of the only news I can still consume is gossip. Love a Dumois.
Dumois, we love.
I was on ohnotheydidn't.livejournal.com for most of high school and college. That's really what got me through it.
Obsessed.
So that was pretty good. You know, just user-generated grassroots guerrilla journalism.
Absolutely.
But to answer your question, my relationship with keeping up is like ebbing and flowing. I just turned the notifications off on the New York Times app.
Yes, I had to do that a little bit ago.
I can't do this anymore.
No.
Every little buzz. I'm like, well, the worst thing that's ever happened is probably about to be what I read on my phone. So I just, ignorance is a little bit bliss. I do make sure I read many different news sources.
And that's very good.
That is still a practice I keep.
Good for you.
You know, even the crazy stuff on the other side. Because I'm like, well.
And that's something you can do and I can't. I'll say that.
Well, because you're like, I mean, that was the other thing you learn in J school, which is like not J school. It's really, again, it's the only opportunity I get to say it.
As you should. Listen, we can circle this the whole time.
Period jokes now that I'm like, I really want to say J school.
1,000%. And this is a safe place to do it. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like the idea that like largely the news you are consuming is aligned with like this practice of 99 trains can arrive at the station on time, but that the one that doesn't is the one you cover. Like that's what news is. So it is largely the news is what's novel and what is outside, you know, routine, regular every day. So it is like this really small percentage of like what's happening in the world is bad.
That you are fully blowing my mind. I'm just going to say that J school degree.
Thank you for saying it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why, that's so also true. Why like so many things feel bad is like a lot of things are happening in an unprecedented way, but that doesn't mean that like the precedented things aren't also happening.
Right.
98% of
but that's
the time.
not interesting. That's not
exactly
gonna make you
that's
click.
That's not making you click. That's not selling newspapers. What the hell?
They're turning to that now.
See, this is why I'm not a journalist. I just typoed with my own mouth. Oh, Christ.
No, that's
I'm like, I went to a public J school.
Thank you so much. Let me make it clear here.
That was state funded.
Yes.
But yeah, so anyway, I'm really trying not to. You know what I keep up the most with, and this is, I feel like I'm back in high school. I keep up with sports news. I'm like really back in sports.
Okay, I like that.
Because it's just like women's sports is thriving, and it's kind of my biggest joy now.
You've always been a sports person, haven't you?
I've always been a sports person. Okay. I think it was, you know, because it was the only language daddy speak.
Ah, yes.
And, you know, classically, I also think this is scientific. I say, having gone to Catholic school before public school, I'm like, I don't know nearly enough science. Well, daddy, whether daddy has a son or a daughter, daddy will treat firstborn like a son.
I think that's scientific. I think that's
they don't know any other way, and
No.
I understand that.
No.
So yeah, I was really my dad's son for a long time, and we really bonded over sport.
Now, I will say, my father, not a fan of sports,
not a fan,
never a fan.
Oh, okay,
but not like he was the football manager.
Oh,
in college, so like. He was a tennis player. I'm a tennis player, as we know.
Of course.
Big hiker.
Okay.
So like his impression of sports was different.
That makes sense.
A big fan of, like, one of my big memories of growing up is like on the weekend in the fall, I would have to help dad pick up limbs, rake leaves or some bullshit.
I know he'll love that. I knew you meant tree, but pick up limbs. Is just, I was like, what exploded?
What happened?
And
the factory.
And every weekend in the fall, you were picking up limbs?
Literally. That was before OSHA stepped in.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so we were picking up limbs and raking leaves, and then go back in, and dad would sit in my favorite little swivel chair, probably my favorite because he loved it so.
Yeah, of course.
And I'd sit on the ground. Mom had made popcorn and hot chocolate.
Oh.
And we'd watch football after we had done that. So that is fall to me.
Yeah.
So growing up, watching sports was a big thing, but not so much like
participating.
I mean, also my mom, I think, had more of an impression. I'm also second. I'm the youngest. So, but my sister wasn't. So she was more tennis, I guess, too. But yeah, I was theater and dance, obviously.
Obviously,
you know.
I think because my dad and I connected on sport so young. My mom is a very creative person, a nurse, but has, I think, an artist's soul.
Yeah,
loves to write her own little jokes, and they're really good. She's funnier than I am.
Stop! I'm
is that true?
With this. In a different way.
I feel like I shouldn't reward her behavior of conservatism by saying she's funnier than me.
She has a talent all her own.
Yes. But I think because my dad's sports gene and just that really kind of bullied my mom's art out of the picture for a while.
Yeah.
So I never really made it. I had like the secret desire of wanting to like do plays and theater. But it was always during a sports season. So I was like, well,
sure.
I'll never be in the musical because my softball team has to lose counties again.
We've got places to go.
My God. Oh, busy TikTok.
No. Did you ever do theater then?
No.
Now, let me say, going back to my intro, I think this is how, I can't remember when exactly we met, but it had to have been around the mod world, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I feel like the first time we met, it was a sketch cram.
Yes. That makes sense.
I'm remembering this. Yeah.
Yes.
One of the most stressful days of my life. I was like, what do you mean write all day?
That is fascinating to me. I don't understand why. I mean, sure, what a fun thing to look back on. For the actors, easy peasy. I mean, sure, you get a little bit of memorization anxiety and like whatever, but that's, if you do improv, it's okay. But, you know, like that. So yeah, so UCB World, Sketch Cram, a day, was it monthly? Or like every couple months or something?
Sketch Cram? I think they did it every month. I think I only did it once. I was like, and that's fine. I don't think I like writing this way.
Immediately, right now.
I'm like, cut back to me saying, can only write with a gun to my head.
I know.
Like, but that was like
that's too much.
That was a shotgun in my mouth.
Yeah.
And
that was
no
way different.
That was that pressure. Also, it was like pretty early in my sketch writing career, so I just like wasn't as sure of myself. Where I was just like, I don't know this.
And you could crank it out so much quicker now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think
easy.
So. Yeah.
Easy for sure.
Why?
But why would you? Why would you ever do that?
Someone just asked me if I wanted the SNL packet, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. And then Sam, who we know and love, my partner, she was like, but do you want to do that? I was like, that's actually a really good check. No, I don't think I want to write 5 new sketches right now.
Okay, so that's an interesting, we'll come back to to the directing and the mod, whatever. Was SNL ever on your radar as like a goal?
Yeah, for a while.
Okay.
I grew up watching it.
Sure.
So it just kind of felt like the only comedy thing for a really long time. Or like the clearest comedy thing. I never thought I would get anywhere near it. Because again, studied journalism. But part of the reason I remember it was like the couple weeks before everybody needed to declare sophomore year. And I went into college pre-business.
Wowza.
Father is an accountant.
Sorry.
So
we've got things we have to prove. Okay.
I really
we're doing business. We're doing
I really thought I would be going to business school. I was like, I love money. Great.
Yeah. No, money's great.
It's crazy what your brain comes up with when you're 17, 18 years old.
Yep. I was pre-law, by the way. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
I eventually switched to pre-law. I cycled through them all. And then I was pre-med for like a semester.
Wow.
And then I was like, wait, I hate the idea of having to do that.
All of that.
Yeah.
So, quick side note, I was a biology major.
Okay.
Because I was pre-law, but I was environmental pre-law. But my dad's a judge, so that kind of tracks.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There we go.
That makes sense.
With a minor in theater. And then, and then
just to make court theatrical.
Exactly. Thank you. I was like, litigation, sign me up. I then went to chemistry. I then went to communications.
Okay.
I then went to art therapy.
Oh, cool.
The entire time with a theater minor. The entire time. I wasn't giving up.
Yeah.
But I was like, I know it's stupid to major in it.
But that was the hope and dream, right?
Always.
Like that's why you hide it as the minor. You're like, no, I just care about this a little bit. And
just a little bit. Just like I need to get it out of my system,
totally.
You know? And then I transferred. So that was all in a couple of years. And then I transferred and I was theater forward and then art history minor. So then I switched it up. And then I quit a semester short and I said, not for me. And then I did go back and get like a liberal arts just to have a degree, like nothing.
Sure.
Yeah. Anywho, side note. Okay.
That's amazing.
So we went through all of the things, but
yeah. And then before I needed to like truly declare, I went to, you know, like one of those events where like all of the department chairs are kind of like, hey, come study with us.
Yeah.
We need the numbers.
We're in sales now, apparently, trying to get people in our damn department. Yeah.
And I talked to the chair of the journalism department, who is still to this day, he's very active on Facebook. What a like champion of everybody he's ever taught.
Wow.
And we were talking and he was like, can I ask you what's your dream job? And I was like, I don't think anybody's ever asked me that before. Wow. So I guess you're my dad now. And I said, I don't know. He was like, you can do anything. What is it? Like, what kind of bubbles up to the top? And I was like, you know what I would love to be able to do? Weekend Update. And he said, well, that's journalism. Not all of it. It's joke writing.
No, but it is.
But he was like, you have to, the setups are journalism. It's like reporting the news. The whole framework of it is a news desk.
Absolutely.
Like, all right, sold. And then I kind of buried that hope and dream for a long time. It's like, great, I'll just get really good at journalism.
Sure.
And then, eventually found my way into like UCB stuff. And I was like, oh, right. SNL is sketch comedy. That's what I'm learning how to do now.
Yeah.
So for a few years I submitted packets, and hey, I really hope they weren't the first in the shredder. That's just my hope.
That's all that we can hope for.
Yeah.
That maybe at least one set of eyes saw.
Maybe.
You know? At the very least.
Enough to see my name 4 years in a row, and they're like, all right, we'll thumb through this for a second.
Sure, let's take a look.
You know, hey. Thrilled for people who, you know, live their dream, or I feel like for some people that job can be a nightmare just because.
That's exactly what I think it is.
Okay.
A nightmare. Okay. Listen, especially at this age, I mean, in your 20s or something, sure, but I also feel like that's a different nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance at that? At this age, I'd be like, time out, I gotta go.
Totally.
They'd be like, well, you're fired. But
I need my current like life experience and boundaries and like that tool belt. Yeah. But I need to be wearing it on my like 24-year-old body.
Exactly.
Have the energy to do any of it.
And to have that blending for a 20-something or early 30-something, having that knowledge and those boundaries, like, bravo. I think I was watching, there was something, it might have been one of those like comedic actor roundtable things or whatever. And Ashley Badia, who's on now.
She's so funny. It's
brilliant.
Stupid. Yeah.
So freaking funny.
Yeah.
But she was saying how she has a fantastic, if, you know, of course we present certain ways, but she sounds like she has it figured out best for her. Right? Where
Amazing.
she's leaving at a certain time. She's getting like 6 hours of sleep during the week, which is unheard of from all that we have seen.
Right.
Yeah, but she's also like, But I think she had been doing groundlings for so damn long. And she's maybe in her mid-30s or something. But yeah, I was like, wow, it's so... If I was younger, I'd feel the pressure, obviously, to just stay up, like wear myself so thin. I wouldn't be producing anything good, I don't think, if I was wearing myself thin like that. But some people thrive in that environment.
Yeah, I just can't imagine it just feels like there's so many stimuli and like so much pressure that I'm like, that I know myself well enough now. I wouldn't have known it like 10 years ago. That it's like, no, there's no way you're getting like my best work.
No.
And because you're not getting my best work, you're also not getting the best me.
No, exactly.
Now I'm questioning, why am I putting any energy into this? It's, by my standards, garbage.
Right. Absolute garbage. And then I'm paranoid, and then I'm beating myself up, and then there's a hole that's so deep.
And I'm like, and I'm relying on this to like pay my rent.
Right. And to find validation and future jobs. It's like, oh, like it's just,
I don't have that kind of fortitude.
Yeah. I've never even submitted. I haven't done, but I mean, as an actor, as a performer.
Oh, like a character reel?
Yeah. I haven't there. Yeah. I also kind of came back to comedy a little bit later. So, you know, I was already like,
as I'm like, do it this summer.
Do it. I mean, Leslie Jones.
Who
stuck it out.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I mean, I feel like that's something only Leslie Jones could do.
Yeah.
Like, I think that lightning only belongs in that bottle.
Yeah,
but it's nice to know that it can be done.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that like, yeah, I don't know. The writing characters over and over and over is just not my, I was gonna say fortitude, but that's not the right word. It's not.
It now sounds right to me.
Now it sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Forte?
She's trying to use Forte.
Yeah. It's not your William Forte.
William Forte.
Yeah.
Bless him.
I call him William. I know most people call him Will. But
no, it's William.
I like to respect him.
Yeah, and that's nice. Yeah. I think so. Okay, so we're not doing SNL because that's not necessarily for us.
I don't think so. You know, I'll just like Justin Bieber. I'll never say never.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think
just like the Biebs.
Yeah, I've just like really kind of enjoyed this journey into narrative and longer form stuff, and I'm really, you know, having fun exploring that instead of. I think, well, now that I've said that, I'm like, I don't know. Do I have a good sketch idea? We'll see.
Of course, but also, I mean, the weekend update would be. Because can't you submit just for that as a writer?
I think so.
Or you just have to submit that. I don't even know. I say this as if I have any information.
Hey, and once I'm on medication, maybe I'll have the energy to look into it.
Maybe so. That's so exciting. That is so exciting. Okay, so wait, going back to UCB.
Yes.
Where we met. I just want to make sure that you know how wanted you were as a director.
That's really lovely to hear.
And a writer for sure. But being on teams, multiple sketch teams, where number one on the want list was you.
Which is kind of wild to me, a person who is like, I don't even think anybody knows I'm around.
See, and that's why I want to make sure you do that, because it's truly, everyone, like, you're so good at directing.
Thank you.
Because you're so good at writing and obviously seeing the performance and getting a good performance.
Sure.
So I want to make sure, because that is like, you know, when you're just hanging out with someone, you're like, I want to let you know that you were wanted.
That's so
Which
lovely.
Honestly, we should make that more normal.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel different in my body now.
Right?
With this information.
Yes. So please know. And I think we were all very upset when it was with Peach, right? That you were like with them all the time.
I think.
That sketch team.
I
with
think
Tim
so. Yeah.
And others, maybe. I remember
there are like two teams that kind of like blend together in my mind, but I think that's because they were like largely the same.
Yeah.
So I think Peach was after. So maybe that's what's happening. But yeah.
But I do remember whatever team I was on at the time. I think it was Presley, but we had one director. Madeline Baldazzi was our director for the majority of our first season, and then the second season we were like, we have to have Nikki, and it was like, nope. Nikki spoken for.
Wow.
We were all upset. So when you just know that. So when you start to doubt yourself, just know.
I'm like, this is actually like really beautifully timed, because I'm like dipping my toe into the idea of directing film.
Hello. And yes.
I think to like just be in this industry, like it is just like ripping off the band-aids of self-doubt.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I have to hear how I talk about myself, because other people are hearing that. Yeah. And I really need to like change my own narrative.
God,
and I've heard myself say 2 or 3 times, like, to people I respect, and I want them to respect me. I'm like, yeah, I want to direct, but I've only ever directed sketch comedy. Like, it's not like it's not a transferable skill.
That's so incorrect.
No, I know. And I know that, but I'm like, oh, I should really shit on myself first before you can do it.
Right. I know. Well, that's what we do.
And that's why I'm a comedian. I'm like, I can hurt myself way worse than you can. Watch.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah,
You'll be impressed. And I'll tell you things you wouldn't even thought of.
And if you can think of something I haven't thought of, first of all, I'll get back into therapy yesterday. And I'll give you $1,000 because you beat me to it.
I know. So. Which honestly, that's going to be hard earned. But yeah, because I've thought of it all. Okay, well, I love this idea.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of directing a specific project or just in general?
I have a couple irons in the freezer.
Projects, right? Irons in the freezer. That's nice.
Well, I think a couple of them are on the counter. We're getting closer to the fire.
We're thawing.
I have a short film that I want to use as like a proof of concept for a longer feature.
Okay.
Of the same idea, and I think I would really enjoy directing that one. I'd also want to be in it a little. Yeah. Originally, I conceived of the whole idea, and I was like, oh, and then I'll just like play both of these roles.
Sure.
And the longer I've thought about it, I'm like, and then I also want to direct it. What am I doing?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Hold on. You can actually like loosen the grip and let anybody else do anything.
I know, but I do understand, like, if it's something that you really are passionate about, like, you see how you want it played, you see how you want it to look.
Totally.
Like, I get that. I think that it is nice to have just another set of eyes on it sometimes.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And I do agree.
Yeah.
Someone said something really kind of mind-blowing in like a class recently. He was like doing like a directing workshop. It was just like how to talk to actors, and I was like, okay, yeah, who can't afford to learn that? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like happy to be here.
Yeah.
And he said something, and he was like, you as the director, you will never get exactly what you saw. You will never get it. Like, you have your expectation.
Sure.
But that's not how people work. So like your actors will never give it to you exactly how you heard it or saw it. And you have to be open to that. And even more insanely, what if it's better than you imagined?
Yes.
He was like, similarly, actors, the way they've rehearsed their lines, they will never deliver that performance the way they've rehearsed. Because it's maybe also not what you, the director, are looking for.
Right.
So it's just finding that overlap in like what you're both bringing and expecting. And like just being open to like what happens in the middle of those things. And I was like, whoa, that's actually really beautiful.
That is.
So yeah, in that way, I'm very excited to maybe loosen my grip. My white knuckle grip on how many things I think I have to control.
Being an actor that you have directed.
Yeah.
I would never say that you have a white knuckle grip on what, granted, they're not your words, but still.
I think
like
that's
as a director, you're collaborative.
Totally. I also think that was helpful that I wasn't directing my own writing.
True.
So I could take kind of like a more bird's eye view.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite thing is to work with stuff I haven't written.
No, that is fun.
And I'm like, well, that's crazy because I like what I write.
Of course.
But to like realize something, I'm like, no, not mine. I'll do yours.
Sure. Well, there's something less precious for sure.
So yeah,
for sure.
I'm just kind of learning to embrace that.
Okay, I love this and I support it.
Yeah. Thanks.
I recall there was one time in it must have been the table read, or maybe it was like Actors 1 or whatever in Mod. And you were directing. I think this was the last team.
The last team before the
shutdown.
The world shutdown.
Yes, correct. Because we had a show
because we couldn't make it to tech rehearsal.
That's it.
We had Actors 3, and that was kind of the last time I saw anybody that didn't live in my apartment. And
I
then
feel
they shut down the theater.
I feel like we were in rehearsal that Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And our show was Monday.
Yeah. So I think tech rehearsal got canceled because it was truly kind of the day everything shut down.
And then, because I remember, I think it was Thursday, there was a showcase that was happening. There was like 2 nights of industry showcase, quote unquote, whatever the hell that is.
Like, what industry? Steel?
Whatever.
What the hell?
I mean, at this point, it's like, ugh, stupid. And at that point, stupid. But I was in a running show at the time. And so we were supposed to perform on Thursday. And like Wednesday night, got industry, the people who were scheduled for Wednesday night performed. Then we were like, how dare they? We should have had our night. Little did we know.
And then,
and then
in retrospect, you're like, that's probably fine.
Actually, no one cares.
I'd rather not be in small rooms with a lot of people.
So doing sketch comedy, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. But I do remember, for some reason, this one particular time sticks out. Because it was with that, I don't know if it was that show or the show before. But there was a sketch that, and I've learned over the years, obviously you learn more confidence in your own comedic voice. You learn as an actor, like, I'm not coming in talking about the scripts unless I think there's a great idea, or something I want to add to it or something. But like, in terms of a script itself, who am I? I'm not gonna, that's not right.
And yet that's like a valid opinion. I feel like notes mean people care.
Okay, thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're invested enough, you have an opinion, or you have like a pitch, or you have a thought. And it's like, you have to trust that somebody's brave enough to just hear a note.
So and that's
sure.
I mean, that's where it goes. But I have to say, I specifically remember, because you were directing.
I'm like, I can't wait to hear what this is, because I'm like,
I'm building it up. I'm going to give every detail prior to the whole thing. No, but I remember, because I felt more support and freedom in sharing because you were directing.
Oh, that's nice.
And I felt like that team, we were newer together, like knew each other a little bit, but we were first, second, third show, I think, at that point. And there was, someone had 2 sketches, and one was just about, I don't remember the exact premise, but it was essentially just talking about this man who became like the Hulk and grew, and then everyone was just talking about his dick the whole time.
It was
how big his dick was.
It was like kind of like a Godzilla-esque monster. And we just kept, I think the joke just over and over again was like how big his balls were.
Yes.
No. I can't believe I remember that. I thought I blacked it out.
I'm sorry, I had to bring that to the foreground. But I remember like having a whole discussion with myself, like, I don't know. Because I think as a team trying to decide like which of the 2 would be good. And I think, and I can't remember exactly what you said, but you were like, because I was trying to voice my opinion, but being very judicious about it and like try to be nice. And I think you asked a question of like, do you think this is a singular joke that's playing, or do you think that this is like, do you think there's more humor beyond the singular joke? And I was like, it's a singular joke, and I don't think it's funny. And I remember like how empowered I felt that you had set up, because listen, we weren't like friendly. We were friendly at the time, but not like friends. But I was like, there's no way Nikki likes me. But also, who am I? Who am I?
No, of course.
But also, as a director, you have to like,
Right. It's not, my job as a director back then wasn't to, I don't know, rule with an iron fist of course here are the 4 sketches because nobody could write a good enough 5th one.
Exactly.
Like,
no, that's not what it was about.
You're paying me. I'm here to like help you craft like the best show you guys want to do. Like, I'm not here to, dictate.
No, for sure. And I felt that for sure. But you were setting it up well, where it was like, okay, within the team members deciding that.
That's nice.
But for some reason, I just remember, that was like, I was like, fucking say it, Claire, say it.
That's also, you know, how like I was also teaching sketch comedy at the time, and I do think that was like helpful kind of like cross behavior to like bring directing experience into the classroom, and then also bring like classroom experience into directing. Because it's like I was teaching 101 students the most, and then also was like juggling. And like 101, you don't know anything about sketch unless you've taken sketch someplace else, and then it's like, I'm so sorry we're taking your money
I know
for you to learn sketch this way, but I don't run the school. I'm just trying to pay my rent, brother. I'm just here because they wanted diversity, if I'm being honest.
Also, you're good, but still.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm the best of the DEIs. No, very, very capable.
Yes, of course.
And then also teaching like 301 classes, so it's like teaching students how to produce a sketch show for the stage. And I just remember a lot of my 101, like, to open up the table to notes, it was very, I had to be like very diplomatic in like my line of questioning, like, hey, so like, just what about this is funny to you? I want to make sure I'm understanding. And I find that even that question still really serves me in a room where it's like, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. What's funny about this to you? Which is like just code for like, what's the joke?
This isn't funny at all.
Because I could just say the sentence, this isn't funny, and you're punching down. And I think this would have killed in the 80s.
However, oh my gosh, would have been a dream.
Yeah, it's like I do unfortunately need to corner you and make you explain to me why this is funny.
No, but
and then maybe we can decide together that we don't have to do this. So
no, I love that. I did take Sketch 101 in between. I think it was like after I had taken 401 of improv, and I was like, let's just stop the brain for a second or get into the brain one. Yeah, and I remember that there was this one sketch. Rachel Mason was my teacher. She was great. And there was one person, it was just like one student that I wasn't great. I'm not saying I was, but there was one student that was just, everything was off the wall. There was one sketch where the Empire State Building grew tits. I'll never forget. And I remember when we read it and Rachel was like, I don't know. And she couldn't even do it.
And unfortunately, I do need that person on SNL stat. Because that's
immediately.
I'm like, was Tim Robinson in your class? I will say that really derailed like 2 classes of 101 I was teaching. Like, I Think You Should Leave came out.
Oh boy.
And suddenly every sketch was very, I think you should leave. And I was like, okay. And I love that you're exploring this.
Love it.
Here's what I'll say. Those sketches all break the form I am trying to teach you because you haven't learned it yet. So before we break it, can we just like kind of know it?
Just like learn what
Let's just like really like learn how to get a third beat. And then I promise you do whatever you want. Like, I'm not here to dictate how you explore the form of sketch comedy. I am just saying,
let's just do the form.
I'm being paid to teach you a very specific way. So
it's like the damn Herald. Hate it. But also, I get, we got to know it.
It teaches you.
You don't have to.
It teaches you a wheel that now you know exists, and you can always rely on it if you need to. But also make your art however the fuck you want to make your art.
However you want. Okay, so speaking of art, what are you obsessed with right now? Watching, reading, seeing?
What am I obsessed? Widow's Bay, I think is. I said this at a wedding recently. I was like, Widow's Bay is a perfect show.
Yeah.
This woman I did not know who was sitting across from me at the table, she was like, very me of her to say, and what about it makes it a perfect show?
Oh my gosh.
And
she's a teacher?
Yeah. I think she's like head of scripted at like Audible. And I was like, well, I guess, okay, I'll value your opinion, but I disagree. I was like, look, I'm not a horror fan. I don't like being scared. I have plenty of anxiety in my own body. I don't need to
look for it.
We don't need to fuel it.
Nope.
So I don't enjoy that thrill. Like I just also the build up to it my imagination is way worse than anything anybody else could do.
Yep. Again,
because I know what is the scariest to me.
Exactly.
So now I've filled in my own blanks, and now I'm ready to shit my pants.
Yes, exactly.
So it kind of doesn't matter what scary thing is happening. You've just like put me on a ramp to someplace I don't want to go.
No.
But what I love about Widow's Bay is for every jump scare, there's 100 of some of the funniest jokes I've ever seen or heard.
1,000%.
And so I feel like, yeah, I'm eating broccoli I don't necessarily want to eat, but in being scared, but like I'm being rewarded for it with like a full cake.
Yeah.
Of just some of the best humor.
There are so many, and I feel like in so many of those anticipatory moments where it's like, oh shit, something's about to happen. Yeah. There'll be something that's so funny. And it helps that medicine go down. You know what I mean? And like, I don't feel like things are coming out of nowhere. So like, you know, when the scary thing's about to happen,
yes,
and the anticipation is there, but it's not, it's like, oh, I know they're going to lead me to it in a safe way. So like, there'll be times I'll squint my eyes or put my hand up or whatever, but like,
yeah, I'm definitely also watching. Yeah, I'm watching some of the scenes like around my phone. I'm blocking most of my field of vision, and I'm like, I'll check this out in the periphery. I think like that show also just like beautifully proves that like horror and comedy are just like different sides of the same coin. Like you do build the tension in the same way, you just relieve it very differently.
I mean, hello, Jordan Peele.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm obsessed with that show. I can't stop talking about it. Can I loop us back to J School for just a second?
Yes, J School. Please.
I was like really floundering towards the end of college because I knew I didn't want to like practice journalism. Also, I was graduating into the recession, and
that's like, always fun.
My junior and senior year, everyone was like, okay, well, there's like kind of no sustainable way to have a journalism career now. Like you basically will graduate, you will take the lowest paid job, like you'll be lucky to make like $25,000 a year, basically working on a newspaper, like for a newspaper's website, doing all of their social media, etc. And I was like, that sounds awful. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, miserable.
So I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I really bought myself a little bit of time by taking the LSAT. I thought I could convince people that I would go to law school.
Smart.
Turns out I just love taking tests.
Wow. And that's nice. Listen, thankfully the ADHD is a test. Checking the
totally. Absolutely. I was like 25 minutes. Got it. I'll work on just this section. And then I get to take a little break. And I bought snacks. Exactly. This is great. I'm gonna thrive when I get to the logic puzzles. I love a little puzzle.
Oh my god, I love a puzzle.
And so I remember watching Parks and Rec was new at the time, so I was watching weekly, and I remember watching one of the episodes. I think it was like the snake juice episode where they all get drunk.
Yes.
Someone fact checked me, but I'm pretty sure that was written by Katie Dippold, who created Widow's Bay. And I was like, that was such a funny episode of television. Who the fuck is Katie Dippold? And I Google her. Not only did we both go to Rutgers and study journalism.
Excuse me.
We're both from New Jersey. Represent.
Rep.
We have the same fucking birthday. And I learned this.
Yes, you did tell me that.
Okay,
that's
cool.
So fascinating. Yes.
I feel like I can't stop running my mouth about this, and I should just send her an email, and I will.
No, you have to. You must.
But I don't get to where I am now if I don't Google Katie Dippold 16 years ago.
Shut up. See, that's huge.
Because I'm like, well, what did she do? And like, that's what got me to UCB. It's like, oh, she does UCB. Improv. No, thank you.
No.
Again, I have enough anxiety. I don't need to do something scary where you watch me make up a bunch of stuff. No
thank you.
I'm going to go write it from the back wall.
Yes.
And so, so it's not lost on me that I'm obsessed with Widow's Bay. I was like, I think it's a perfect show. How could I not? The person who created it inspired me to like choose a different path in my life.
Yeah.
So
to switch. I remember we had talked about that briefly after, because I think Widow's Bay had just
the last time I think
something when we went to Handsome live.
We went to Handsome and the Hunting Wives live.
That was a hot mess, and I loved it.
Honestly, incredible energy. I don't think I paid enough for that ticket.
Oh no! That was
an interactive experience.
It was an interactive experience.
I felt like I was on a 4D ride.
That it was, and let me explain to you why. Because I got anxious about the seats.
Oh, why?
Because I'm always anxious about something. So that was what I chose to be anxious about.
Great.
In the venue where we were,
we
were in the back of the orchestra, and it was like the next to last row, and apparently the last 2 rows they realized were flattened out. You couldn't see on a regular seat, so they put bar seats.
Yeah, like bar stools, which I loved. So I'm so sorry to hear you were anxious.
No. Here, I love that we were higher, and I love that we were the front of that. So we really did have like such an incredible view.
Yeah,
so good.
Oh, were you nervous about the row behind us?
I was so anxious about, because I took the end because my legs are stupid, even though it doesn't matter with a bar stool. But because I took the end and made you sit, I'm exaggerating these because that's awfully aggressive for me to put that into my brain, made you sit next to someone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to squish you.
What?
That's my anxiety.
I had so much room.
Well, that's good to hear, because I will say that my right butt cheek.
I do remember you saying this.
I did say it as we stood up.
Yeah. Okay. But
that's it. It was so amazing. And that was my own choice.
Yeah. And I feel like I keep saying this to people, mostly because I need to hear it. Take up more space.
Take more space.
Take your space. Nobody's ass should be going numb.
I know.
For a 2-hour show.
I know. Well,
that feels like nerve damage. So yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't need to do that.
And I'm so sorry.
No, listen.
It's not for I'm you apologizing. To apologize. And I'm like, and here's the thing. Wherever we go next, I'll never sit down again. So that you have plenty of space.
Yeah. We will have I was like, I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I had a very similar experience yesterday. I'd booked the suite for the LA Sparks game.
Yes, which
I'm so sorry.
I was excited to go, but it wasn't able to.
And so largely what happened, we booked it, we invited friends, and then I invited like kind of like the core group of my short film that we're making next weekend. My God, this weekend coming up. That's insane.
Okay.
And so that invite then got extended to the casting directors, who then started inviting cast and talent. Wow. And I was like, I don't know that we have this many tickets.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I spent like the last 10 days truly in a not wanting to exclude anybody.
And that's where stress is.
So when I went to acupuncture yesterday, she was like, what's going on? And I was like, okay, Janice, here's what's happening.
Janice.
I'm also obsessed with acupuncture. That's also, yeah. So I think she like got my nervous system back down, and then the game was fine. Everybody had a blast. There were plenty of seats.
Time. Okay.
But I was like, I can't believe this is what has been stressing me out for over a week.
No, but I get that. Obviously, I get that if I'm going to have half a butt cheek off a chair. Okay, like, great. I understand. Yeah. I do. Especially if other people, if you've given the reins to someone, or at least like allowed people to invite others or extend. It's like, it was I don't know exactly what's happening here.
Every couple of days I had to be like, okay, and like, who's confirmed? I want to make sure we can do that.
Yeah.
And then it was like getting texts of like, how many tickets do we have left? It's like, technically none. I'd have to buy more. So like, I was like, okay.
Well, that's a lot.
Event planners.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have enough respect for them. They deserve so much. I don't know how you do that.
So stressful.
So yeah. That's probably the last time I will be
exciting.
the event coordinator.
How many total tickets were there?
I had to max out the suite, so there were like 20 tickets.
Okay.
So, but it was great, and I was finally able to relax a little bit after halftime.
Stop! It took that long.
Yeah. I also think a lot of that anxiety is just like in my body genetically.
Yeah.
Like I kept getting up like kind of an Italian mom. And I was like, are we having fun? Do we have enough food? Right. Like there's seats, you sit. No, I've been sitting all day. I was just laying down with needles in me. You sit. I'm like, oh no, you become your mom when you least expect it. So
my mother was a Southern socialite, so I have a similar reaction in that. Do you need something to drink? Let me get here. Bathroom's over here. You know, I do the same thing with just a slightly more passive aggressive way. Okay, wait. So, my gosh, we're moving and grooving, but the most important question is: do you have? I want to hear about one of your like favorite days. Nothing fancy has to happen. Just like happy memory. Just like, and maybe it's just a moment in a day, but just like, what's a good day? It could have happened this week.
Day? Okay. I had a pretty great day recently.
Love.
I think I'm like allergic to letting myself relax.
We're getting a theme.
Yeah. I just like have a hard time. But this day it was both possible and then like also just I'm going to say what I did this day and you're like, that's the opposite of relaxing. And I was like, but I registered it in a relaxing way.
Okay.
I think it was over Memorial Day weekend. Sam and I, we rented a power washer, like a pressure washer from Home Depot.
Wait, you are speaking my language.
Okay. It was incredible. Turns out I didn't set it up right. So at no point during the day was I using it at its full capacity. So I do think I just need to rent another one. But I, regardless, had a wonderful time. We decided, we were like, we have this backyard. I want to use it more.
Great backyard, yeah.
So we got new patio furniture.
Ooh, how nice.
New couches. So we got rid of the old stuff. We power washed the whole backyard.
Wow.
Looks like a new place. We set up new couches. We found this like table set on Facebook Marketplace, truly like a 4-minute drive down the road. So we went to go get that. I was so sweaty and wet all day from both the pressure washer and it was like a warm day. I was in heaven. It was kind of like a perfect Saturday.
Yes.
Because then we set everything up and then we just sat down and used it.
Okay, see, now that's good. You have to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
And I think we like ordered pizza.
Perfect.
And I was like, hey, I don't want to get up early tomorrow to return this pressure washer. Can we just like bring it back? So then it was like a late night little drive to Home Depot. And I'm pretty sure we stopped to get ice cream on the way home.
Wait.
It was perfect. It was a perfect day. I actually think we came home and there were 2 episodes of Widow's Bay we could watch. I'm actually pretty sure.
Like adding on.
It was just like a perfect. I love a day where I can be outside for as long as is comfortable. It wasn't too hot. And I love having like a little outdoor task.
There's something that is so. I love to nest.
Yeah.
I love, like, this weekend I just painted my bedroom.
Okay.
I want to be making things.
Color?
A beautiful silvery blue.
Ooh, cool.
Gray blue.
Oh, yeah, all right. That's fun.
Thank you so much. But there is something that's, and maybe it's because growing up in Jersey, growing up in the South, I don't know why that makes sense, but it's not a year-round thing. Right? So being able to like prepare the outdoor space feels very like, and it's summer and it's like
opening a pool. Yeah.
Yes.
Like the pool is open. The backyard is now open.
Here.
Yeah.
To have fun.
Yeah.
And now we're ready for fun.
I do love great. That. I'm so happy we did it on the earlier side because it's like also one of those tasks where you're like, I need energy.
You need energy.
I need to like be able to like get through this. Otherwise, it would have been an easy thing to put off for a while. But I'm so thrilled. We were like, all right, let's just do it. And Perfect. It happened. It was so kind of painless. I think I pulled my groin because, pressure washer, pretty heavy.
Sure. It is heavy. And we think, oh, we can pick up. It's no big deal. And then, wait.
But, did that. It also didn't help. I mean, it was like a holiday weekend. So then like the next day we went and we like played tennis in the morning. And I think that's actually where I pulled my groin.
That's it.
It was just like kind of like a lot of exertion for, a 24-hour period. But I was like, this is just like such a good, like 24-hour period.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer.
So
I would like to say that painting, but it was less exciting because it was more.
It's mostly taping, right? Like, is that how you paint or no?
Guess what? Hot take. What? I don't tape, except for baseboards.
Okay.
I do tape and plastic on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. But I don't go around the ceiling or walls. I just do a with my hand.
That makes sense. Yep. Oh, I don't tape the ceiling either.
No, I probably should have. I did hit a couple marks, but I can fix that. Because I was thinking, do I color drench? I couldn't commit to the ceiling this weekend.
Yeah. The ceiling was none of your business this weekend.
No, it's none of my business. I don't want to disrupt. But it was less exciting. But that's mainly because it's not a huge room. There's a lot of furniture, so I had to like scoot everything and then
into the middle,
scoot the other side. Yeah. So Saturday was a long day.
My God. But now
I like it.
Now you've painted.
Now I've painted.
It's the feeling of having done the thing.
It's so nice.
Even, when we were pressure washing, I was like, oh, my arms are getting really tired. I'm going to be so happy though.
Right.
When I have had done this. Good. Which is how I feel about writing. I'm like, oh, this is painful, but
and there we are.
I'm going to be so grateful having done this.
Having written.
Yeah.
So. I can't believe you're shooting this weekend.
Me neither. I have a production meeting after this, and I was like, this is kind of none of my business. I don't know. This is...
But I do love that you're still... Are you going to be on set?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this particular shoot, you are the writer. You're not directing.
Correct.
You're not.
Yeah, this is like through a program. So I just wrote it, and
I love this.
The director, the producer, and our editor were all at the Sparks game last night. So that was like fun little squad, and
fun.
Like 3 of our principal actors, and our casting directors.
Wait, I love this.
I was like, all right, I love that everybody's like a good hang. Like everybody likes to show up. So
that's gonna be good.
Bring this energy to set. 3 days.
Thank you. Bring it. 3 day
set. 3 day shoot.
Okay. I love this. Okay. So before we wrap up.
Okay. Wow. This time flew.
I know, right? Cool. And we could obviously keep talking, but if you could, here's the problem. I have found with menopause, with pandemic, with moving, with life, my brain just stops working sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I was going to start a statement and then I realized I wasn't starting it correctly. So I'm just going to
take it again.
Let's take 2.
Are
you ready?
The beauty of an edit. Let's go.
Thank you. Okay. If you could live in someone else's shoes for a day, fictional, real, whose would you want to live in?
Oh, what a good question.
Mine changes. Last week, it was Jennifer Aniston. Because I just was like, what a fascinating life that would be.
Someone once pointed out that it's like she is the face of Smart Water and a Vino and something else. And it's like she's the most hydrated and moisturized person on the planet.
She used to have, it was like eye drops or something.
Okay.
It was like dry eyes. Because I want to tell you, I remember one of my worst pitches at Mod was that Jennifer Aniston's friends found out that she had dry eye by the commercial, and they were very concerned. That's not a good pitch, but I made it.
Like an intervention?
Or like they could not believe she hadn't shared that with them.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was so upsetting.
That's funny.
It doesn't make sense.
We had to see the commercial? We're your
friends,
I
thought
Jen.
She was like my best friend.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I don't, again, that's a singular joke. Hey, that's a blackout right
it's
there.
It's a great tweet.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Exactly.
So, a person whose life I would want to live for like a day. Okay. Is that the thing?
Yeah.
I mean, truly, so many people have way more fascinating lives than I do. And I can't think of a single one.
And not a single one. None of them exist. Absolutely none of them.
I mean, I really feel like Harry Styles has it figured out.
Wow, that's a good one.
You know, like,
yeah,
especially if it's like is the idea I'm just kind of dropping into his body.
Yeah.
So I can do what his body can do. So it's like, if I'm dropping in on a day where he has a show, I get to perform a Harry Styles show. That's pretty fun. And have that energy blasted back at me from an audience.
That would be fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Oh, twist my arm. I could do that for a day.
I guess I could do that for a day.
Probably run like a real quick marathon in the morning.
No, of course. I feel
like he's obsessed with running now. And then just like go off to a show, and that sounds nice.
Do that whole routine. I was talking to someone, oh my gosh, Liana, I think the first episode, not Ileana. There we go. Leah.
I'm sorry.
Another mutual friend. Mutual friend. She's episode 1 of this pod.
Incredible.
She and her partner went to Bad Bunny recently, and she was saying like she went to Beyonce, she went to Taylor Swift, and she was like, the Bad Bunny energy was so unbelievable.
That makes sense.
It was so much love.
Yeah.
And she was hot take. She was saying like, listen, Taylor Swift knows what she's doing, but it's a business. It's a performance. It's everything is fine tuned, everything. Totally. And it just felt, and like Beyonce was a different level of like power and energy and everything. But like Bad Bunny was just like chill. Of course, granted, also dudes can do a lower level of performance,
of course,
and have similar, fans and energy. But she was just talking about like that energy. I haven't seen Harry Styles. Have you seen him live?
Not live.
That would be a joy.
I wanted to, whatever his last tour was, but it was like impossible to get tickets that wouldn't have really conflicted with me eating
and living under a roof.
So
but he was at MSG for like.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's what that tour was just like, it's like he would be at a venue and they would turn it into Harry's house.
Yes.
And he would be there for like many dates, and it's like
because he could freaking sell those tickets.
Incredible to have that many dates, and I'm still not able to get a ticket.
I know. I
think I remember for like 2 weeks.
Right? So. I think I remember there was like a day, and someone had told me at the time, like, oh no, I think you can get like day of tickets for somewhat less. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, well, no, I'm okay. Okay. I love that. Hairstyles. I don't, I'm now in like the concert idea. I think I would love to live a day in the shoes. Nope. Nope. Can't do it.
Live a day in the shoes.
Day in the shoes of a collective Indigo Girls. Nope. Whoa. I take it back. I love them, but also Sarah Bareilles.
Oh, good stuff.
That would be good.
I'm like, can you pick a specific day, and it's the day she found the carcass in her wall?
Oh my God, the carcass in her wall. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yes, because obviously the Indigo Girls would be amazing, but then I feel like they both live such different lives. It's too much. Mm-hmm. So, listen, Amy Ray, Emily Saliers, either one, I would love. But Sarah Bareilles, I feel, going with a musician. She's back on tour this fall. I'm excited about. But anyway,
I feel like every woman who's ever done incredible music is touring right now. Like, I think they're just like they're
in it.
They've heard the call, and they're like, the world needs our art and our energy. And it's just I'm so excited. My bank account isn't, but I'm excited.
I know.
And I'll figure it out because you only live once. And I'm like, what am I saving the money for? Retirement?
What am I exactly?
I won't ever know her.
My dad always asks me about that, and I say, "You're so funny.
Yeah.
You're so funny." Retirement. What's that? I don't know.
No, I should go see Ariana Grande. You're right.
Obviously, I'm living today.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay, bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you. I have a feeling you're going to need to come back.
Okay.
Just to gab. Is there anything you'd like to
yap? So.
Yes, as do I. It's my favorite thing.
Great.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, well, eventually this short film that we're shooting this weekend will be available. I think we start a festival run next January.
Okay, I love this.
So it's a short called Coin Toss.
Coin Toss.
You know, I wrote Coin Toss too fast one time, and now that's just the title.
I have to say, I love it. Like when you were, talking about it in fundraising, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this title. But then I got in my head all of a sudden, I was like, am I saying it wrong or is it?
And yeah, and I do feel like we're just going to have to answer a lot of those questions.
But here's the thing. It's something that's simple enough that you don't forget it.
Yeah. That's
know what I mean? Like it's like just a little where it's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, so I enjoy it. Happy accident.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Coin Toss coming at some point soon.
Coming January 2027. I will say very quickly, it's like an absurdist comedy that just kind of pulls every little facet of my identity into the same piece of art. So it's very
no big deal.
It's very I've been calling it a period comedy. It is 2004.
Thank you.
And it's about like a non-binary middle schooler, obviously played by an adult, who finds themselves in gym class having to choose between the boys and girls volleyball team. And we'll see what they do.
I love it. I'm so excited.
I think it'll be really, it'll be just so fun. I think it's like a place for, a little bit of like a queer existential crisis, but also queer joy. And don't we need a little bit of both?
Yeah.
So
I love it. Nice. And if anyone wants to follow you?
Oh, I'm on the Instagram at Nikki Pal. And also I have a TikTok because I haven't aged out yet. And that's just, I think, Nikki Palumbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love it.
Please.
Okay. Bless. Thank you so much. Don't forget that people were wanting you, still want you. Okay. Get that directing cap on.
I'm wearing a hat.
And you are wearing a hat.
We've learned from John Travolta that if you wear the costume, you can do the job.
You can do the job.
So I'm like, well, yeah, old-timey directors, beret. New-timey directors, baseball hat.
So, and then of course a hoodie with a blazer, but that's the rest of the right. Or is that a writer's uniform?
I feel like that's a writer's uniform.
That's a writer's uniform.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to figure out.
I'll wear both.
We're both, cover all.
Writer, director.
All. I love it. Okay. Thank you so much, Nikki. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You as well.